All right, welcome to another Kongsberg application video. Today we are going to discuss the engraving bits. You can see here I'm holding the 40-degree engraving bit. We offer two bits, a 40-degree and a 60-degree. A couple applications for the engraving bit, ADA signage and engraving on acrylic. Okay, as you can see here, we have the Kongsberg logo pulled up in IPC. Particularly an engraving layer we have here. So if I open up our engraving layer, you can see we're using the 40-degree engraving bit. And what's important here is that we dial in our speed and our spindle RPM. So right now we're running it at 150 inches a minute with a spindle RPM of 30,000. The reason that's important is so that we get the maximum debris extraction. If your spindle RPM is too high and your speed is too slow, you'll begin to melt the material and you won't extract the material. Okay. Also, what's important here is that what we're cutting today is some 40 mil Rowmark mounted to some 60 mil Rowmark, very typical of an ADA sign. Okay, so whenever you're using the engraving bit, it always helps to reference your depth from the top of the material, which is this checkbox here. And I just put in the thickness of the top sheet of Rowmark, which we'll be engraving through, which is 40 thousandths. We're going to use a centerline offset, which is very common whenever you're engraving, and a tool diameter of 0. The engraving bits are designed to come to a point. So it's important anytime you're using the engraving bit to have 0 as your tool diameter. If you plan on speeding up the cut for engraving jobs, just make sure you also increase your spindle RPM again so that you get the maximum debris extraction. Thank you for watching this Kongsberg application video.